On the cyber side, specifically, we'd like that legislative proposal from the administration to pass. That enables that targeted liability protection, which is important. I was in a company 15, 18 months ago, and I was on the line to share information and do it right. You don't want to share too much information, but you want to give enough to the community to protect them. And you want to put it in one place and not make 19 phone calls. One place and know that the right people are going to get it the right way with all the privacy and civil liberties considerations. This will help that. This will further that. The NCIC is the right place to do it because it is not law enforcement. It will enable the medicine, if you will, to get into the internet while the investigations can concurrently be started if the providers of the information are working that way as well. So it does not in any way prohibit law enforcement investigation, but it speeds up, again, putting the indicators, putting the medicine into the network. I think that is absolutely critical, and we're working very closely with many gracious people on the Hill who are looking at a wide variety of laws on a wide variety of topics, not just cyber, and have taken a lot of time to sit down and really learn this stuff and share their insights as well. So I'm thankful for that. On the funding part, I think that's very, very important. Cyber will be affected, as will everything else. But I think on just the cyber part, that legislative proposal is key. In addition, in that targeted liability protection, if you've seen the new executive order that the president signed at Stanford about 5 days ago on Friday, it enables that targeted liability protection to information sharing and analysis organizations. So there's a new word in town, ISAO. I think that's how you say it. That's how I've heard it. So you've heard of the Information Sharing and Analysis Centers, the ISACs. They are a subset. Writing this down? Don't. The ISACs are a subset of the, I can't make this stuff up, but the ISACs are a subset of the ISAOs. And believe it or not, it makes a lot of sense. Because if you think about small groups of, they used to call it affinity groups or special interest groups, for example, certain kinds of stores or law firms or insurance firms that weren't covered under a typical sector that had a specific ISAC for it would want to get together and share information. And why not enable them to also share information with the NCIC and give them the same protections as the ISACs would? So we want to be able to have a growing group of these affinity groups because that's how trust is formed, whether it's a group of, again, law firms or a group of dentists or a group of airlines. There's an aviation ISAC as well. We want these people to get together to share their expertise and to enable those organizations to also provide liability protection, targeted liability protection, to those that share the information with them. And then all that will get to the NCIC. So I think the past year has been very, very enabling, legislatively with the executive order, with the president's legislative proposal to then add that liability protection when providing information to the NCIC, with the executive order that adds a larger umbrella on top of what organizations are really sharing information with that liability protection. I think that the adversaries will stop dancing in the streets as we pull this together because this is the one thing they can't do. This is bringing together the information that enables machines to block what shouldn't get there.